It's time for our April 2019 budget report. Stick around to see how we did. Hi friends, welcome to the Budget Bounce. I'm Jen, and we use a budget to tell our money what to do, including bouncing debt out the door. We share our ups and downs from living life on a budget and tackling a $252,000 mountain of stupid debt. If you'd like to follow us on our journey and learn more about living life on a budget, being intentional with your money, and making your money work for you, then click on that subscribe button below and be sure to tap on the bell so you'll get notifications every time I post a new video. You can also find me on social media. Just look for the Budget Bounce. I post on Instagram several times a week, so you can see more about our journey there in between videos. And I also have a Facebook page and a Twitter account. Not as active on those two things, but you are welcome to check them out. Okay, enough of all of that. Let's get started with our April budget report. Let's get started with income. We used quite a bit from sinking funds this month, a total of $1,449 for various things that include Henry's school, fees for school, gifts, city utilities, Image Cosmetics, anniversary, and some travel. So that gave us a total of $10,259 to work with in April, which is just a little bit more than what we planned, and that's because I ended up having to pull a little bit more in for travel than what I originally planned. In giving, we planned on $120 and ended up just under at $116.96. In housing, we had to pay our quarterly city utilities, so this category is up from its usual, but we came in just about on target at $1,735. In transportation, we were under by $29 in gas and right on target for OnStar, so that brought the total to $287, and we were 29 under for this category. In school fees, we paid $100 into the food service account for Henry, plus we had $319 for Mathnasium, and so we came in right as planned at $419. And then for pets, we had Cotton's grooming, plus we had to buy dog food for all three of them, the dog and the two cats. So that brought our total to $71.50. In insurance, we came in $2 over at $1,199. That's because our Xander identity theft insurance went up from $10.90 to $12.90 per month here. In entertainment, we came in a little bit under at $79. One change here is that we reduced our HP Inc. subscription so that went down from $10.61 to $3.18 per month. And then in health, we came in just as planned at $110. And then moving into extras, I have a confession. We blew the extras category out of the water. Office Depot was, I think I wrote Office Max, but it was an Office Depot. That was on a whim. That trip was on a whim. The store here is closing and they had a huge sale. So we stocked up on supplies and also got some gifts for birthdays and Christmas. That totaled $280. Plus we had $21 from Owen's Place. That was not expected. That's my husband's business. And then the one thing we planned on, which was our anniversary, came in under at $151. We had planned $200. Overall, we were $253 over in extras, and honestly, there was no reason for that. Not to be that much anyway. We didn't expect this, but we have to do this. I had a weak moment that cost us $280 for no good reason. Now, I will say that probably, I would say over half of that is going to be used for gifts. So that is going to help offset expenses at Christmas, but that doesn't help the rest of it. There's just really, I just had a weak moment. Unfortunately, I'm human, and while I don't like to shop, if I get caught in a moment like that, this is what happens. Anyhow, moving on to crap, I forgot about that. We had our annual fee for MileIQ, and so we use that for tracking personal and business miles. If you're looking for a tool for this, I've got a referral link in the description box below. It's really handy. And I used it actually a lot back in the days when I used to drive for Uber, but not quite as much now, but it's still great to have in case we need it. Then in envelopes, let's see here, we came in under by $66 here, even though I overspent in my personal money. So we came in under for everything else, so that's good news. And then looking at the budget bounce, we had the normal $9.99 for the Adobe Spark subscription that I have. And so like I use that for things that you might see on Instagram. I use Canva and Adobe Spark to come up with the things that I post there. And so, and also things I might do on Facebook or Twitter as well. And then the travel line item, about $655, that was actually for my flight to FinCon. So I purchased that ticket, my airfare, excuse me, in April, including I always buy trip insurance just in case. My parents are older and I just never know. And so I always purchase trip insurance. So the total came to $655, bringing the total for the budget bounce category to $665-ish for the month of April. So here we are with savings. So the green category is our savings, the green section here. We came right in on target at just about $306, which includes $185 of retirement contributions. We continue to put $50 per month into our emergency fund, so we can gradually build that. $1,000 just is not enough for our needs, but we don't want to take too much away from the debt payments. So we currently have $1,522 total in our online savings accounts that we have put in so far this year. That's adding up these rows here. Now, here are our sinking funds. That's the pink section here. And you can see that we planned on putting $1,109 in, but we did a little bit less at $1,052. Now, we also had to use some of our sinking funds. So I mentioned these at the very beginning because they're all reflected in the income up top. So we pulled out $145 for gifts. Let's start up here. $305 for city utilities, $145 for gifts, $100 for Henry and his school fees, $15 for my brow appointment, and $250 for online subscriptions that we paid out. And I used the $655 out of the travel fund for my airfare. And finally, we used $165 for our anniversary. And just to talk about that a little bit, we used it during our weekend with family is how we celebrated our anniversary. We went to the city where our daughter goes to college, and one of our daughters, we have three, and then the youngest is our kiddo that lives with us here. He's a senior. He's going to be a senior in high school next year. So we went to go see her for the day, and then we spent the night at the Marriott in town using a free night that we had gotten from Marriott, and they gave us an amazing upgrade to our room. And then we had a quiet anniversary dinner Saturday night, and then spent Sunday with some of my cousins who also live in the same city, actually just a few blocks from our daughter. So that was, I mean, when I say a few, I mean not more than maybe 10 or 15 blocks away. So it was a great weekend, and I wouldn't change anything. We got some alone time so we could, bask in the glow of our love of 9 years of marriage. But we also got to spend some really great time with family. After the withdrawals, we have a total of $3,765 remaining in our sinking funds. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. And based on some things that happened at the end of April that are going to impact May, I'm really glad we have this. I'll tell you more about that in our May budget report when the time comes. And finally, we have our debt. This first section here, what you're seeing here, is a list of all the debts that we've paid off. There are 16 total since we started in February 2018. And so anything that you see that's in pink font has my name on it. Now, they might have Matt's name on it. We only have one or two of those, but they definitely have my name on it. And then anything that's in black font only has Matt's name on it. So Matt wanted to differentiate those two things, and so this is how I've done that. So this is our section for paid off. And then if I scroll down a little bit here, you can see there are two more sections. So first off, we have our actively paying, and I'll talk about these, and then these are charged off or deferred here. All of these are charged off, and we'll deal with them later. And then student loans, these are in deferment right now, and they have been for 5 years, but we are going to be addressing that this year when we redo Matt's income-driven repayment. We have to qualify for that every year, so we have to submit our information, and I'm sure he's going to qualify for it again, but we are going to be addressing this somehow this year, even if we don't have to pay it. We're going to be doing something. So going back to our active section where we're actively paying, been charged off, and they're in collections. Several of them are listed in the section because we got payment plans set up for them. So things like Tires Plus, Care Credit, this Capital One GM card. I have a payment plan set up with Citi Card and with Lowe's. So all 5 of those have payment plans on them. We planned on paying a total of $3,141, and then it ended up being just under at $3,108. So for April, we paid $3,108 to debt. That's what you see here. That number is 35.3% of our total regular income. So we ended up killing off a total of $2,330 and change after interest was applied. And so we started at $252,326 at the very beginning and are now just over $218,000 that we owe, paying off a total of 13.6% of our total debt. And while the going seems slow, our little steps forward have resulted in $34,232 of debt that is gone forever. So we're just going to keep on going and chipping away at this mountain of stupid debt. I mean, that's all we can do, right? So that's April, and I want to thank you for watching, and know that I'm glad to answer any questions you might have about our budget or our journey to financial freedom. Some of you may be new around here and haven't watched and learned more about where we came from and what we've been doing. So feel free to ask the questions. I'm open and will answer to the best of my ability. That's all I've got for you today. Until next time.